The sound of the final buzzer means it's hangover time. So grab a drink and join your host, Alphonse Sidney, for a Miami Heat Beat postgame show.
He'd win! Despite being shorthanded, Bam Adebayo, Kyle Lowry, despite the refs calling every motherfucking touch foul they could possibly find on PJ Tucker, besides KZ Okpala proving once again he is the worst second-round draft pick in Miami Heat history, the Heat somehow overcame all that shit. Markieff Morris out. That means you're missing like 4 rotation players. You're up against one of the worst teams in the league, and they went crazy in the first quarter. Like they were looking like the fucking 2016 Golden State Warriors. I mean, they could not fucking miss. And despite all that shit, despite a game that every Miami Heat fan that has been a Miami Heat fan of this team for years knew we were going to lose, they pulled it out. Tyler Herro, bad first quarter, turned it around. Jimmy Butler just kept grinding it out. You got contributions from every guy on this team except for KZ Okpala. But besides that, like, you just had a all-around effort. Like, they did not look at it like, okay, we're down a bunch of guys. Let's move on to tomorrow night before the Wizards. Like, perfect trap game. But the Heat actually pulled this one out. This is not something that we're used to seeing. I'm super excited. I am Alphonse Sidney, a.k.a. Alf954. You're watching the Miami Heat Beat postgame show, Hangover Time. Bring me out, brass. As always, if you're watching live on Twitch, thank you very much. We love you. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, we love you too. But we don't love you if you don't subscribe. Hit the stupid subscribe button. Hit the like button. Honestly, if not for me, do it for motherfucking Udonis Haslem, okay? Do it for Udonis, okay? My man came out there and said, fuck your developmental players. Fuck your, we can develop. No, Udonis said, fuck that shit. Jonas Valanciunas is eating your lunch. Let me go out there and show y'all what this is. And my man went out there. He said, what does Moose say? Give me that ball, young blood. That's what he said.
Let me get that thing, young blood.
Young blood. I can't do it like Moose does. Wow. He does like a Kevin Hart impression plus old man at the court. Wow. Give me that ball, young blood. Brass. Let's find out what everyone's drinking. Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys what you're drinking. And what we've been doing lately, we're asking you who your player of the game is, right? So, Kenny, what are you drinking? Who's your player of the game, and why is it Udonis Haslem?
Okay, I'm glad you set me up for that. So, I got the Tito's and Sprite. I got a little drink now that I like. I'm going to stick with it. Player of the game is Udonis Haslem because regardless of how he looks out there, I'm going to go with the neighborhood bias. I'm from Liberty City just like him, so he could have went out and had all zeros, but I'm sure on his cheat days, sometimes he goes to the Snappers on 54th. He's probably been to the McDonald's on 62nd. Shout out to the Win Dixie. I've seen a lot of fights and shit over there. So shout out to Udonis Haslem. That's my player of the game.
Love it. Love it. Siobhan, what are you drinking tonight? And who's your player of the game, and why is it Udonis Haslem?
So I'm nursing a little bit of a headache, so this is water. Kenny covered all the reasons why it could be UD, so I'm gonna pick someone else. I'm gonna go with Caleb. I said in the pregame we were asking who we think would be the X factor. And I like Caleb's energy, and then I'm gonna have Caleb, have Gabe, because I like what he does. He's hitting more shots now. A little bit of playmaking. Found Caleb on a good cut. They look good tonight, and they help.
Oh, they fucking with you hard, Kenny. Come on, man. But anyway, Brass, what are you drinking tonight? And who's your player of the game, and why is it Udonis Haslem?
Listen, I have to be up at 4:30 in the morning, and I have to stay up and edit this. So I took it easy tonight. So I'm drinking Casamigos on the rocks. All right?
That's taking it easy. Okay.
Didn't have time to mix anything, but so I mean, UD was awesome, but I'm a basic bitch. I'm gonna go with Jimmy Butler tonight getting that triple double. I'm sorry.
Almost triple double.
No, they gave it to him. They
him.
gave it to
Trippy
him.
Debbie.
Oh, I missed that. Nice.
Culture gets you that +1.
Yeah.
So
listen.
so
cooking.
cheers to him, because coming off of that, extended break there, coming back and doing triple double. I don't care how bad the NBA team is you're facing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you props for that.
That's true. I mean, he could have had all kinds of rust excuses. I'm cold. I don't have my point guard. I don't have my center. That man came out and just did work. Parrish, dark skin producer from Light Skin Opinions. What are you drinking tonight, and who's your player of the game, and why is it Udonis Haslem?
I'm keeping it simple tonight, man. I'm going with the can you see it? Oh shit, let me get in the mirror. Budweiser.
That ain't your house, motherfucker.
Nice
I've been in your house.
Thank you.
You ain't
That
got
is
no
a nice-
piano.
Is that a
nice
pullout?
piano.
Is it a pullout couch or?
It does. It's got cushions
Okay.
underneath, man.
Nice,
Pull out.
nice.
It's good for you, man.
Joe,
Anytime
you
need
can't
it.
stay there. You
Love
can't
pulling
stay
out.
there.
Joe, you anytime, bro. You're welcome. You are welcome on the couch.
I
anytime.
appreciate it.
UD is my player of the game tonight. I think he went 12 minutes strong. He went more minutes tonight than I think the last 2 seasons combined. So my man UD putting in work. The cold tub, he's gonna be all in that cold tub today.
His
My
knees
God.
hurt, bro. His knees hurt.
Elbows, shoulders, everything. My man
Trying to
UD
take
put in
charges.
Block the shot.
blocking
Block
shots.
the
He put in work today.
Yeah.
So my guy UD, this one's for you.
That man gonna be on that rest till about December. Joey, what are you drinking? Why is it embarrassing? And why is your player of the game Udonis Haslem?
All right, great introduction. I did a little bit of a Red Bull and vodka, but it's the winter edition. It's the pomegranate, and it tastes terrible. Anyway, my player of the game, I'm gonna have to give it to Herb Jones. That's right. That's a player on the Pelicans. His name. Herb Jones is a 23-year-old man, not someone who played in the ABA. Right? It sounds like he was teammates with Bill Russell, is what I'm saying. It sounds like he was, Herb Jones sounds like someone who played in like Converse All-Stars. So that's my player of the game.
Herb Jones sounds like that's RJ Barrett's real name.
Yeah. Does it make it better or worse that his name's Herbert?
Like if you put
Way
up
worse.
RJ Barrett's picture and said his name,
Worse.
put up RJ Barrett's picture in black and white and put Herbert Jones under it, nobody would bat an eye.
Sounds
I'd be
like he played RJ Barrett in something.
Yes. They played in high school together.
Yeah, they integrated their high schools. Sorry, that was uncalled for. Kenny, your boy Tyler, man. I mean, we can get to Jimmy and the triple double, but one of the things that I watched tonight, and I was like, it brought me so much joy, is that Tyler did not have it going. Tyler looked like trash. I mean, he was 0 for 6 to start, and it's like I was watching that game, and instead of like reverting to like last year where I was like, oh man, here we go, another Tyler game, I knew like Tyler gonna turn this shit around. Like the Pelicans are in trouble because once Tyler starts hitting, it's over. And like he did that, and that's like the mark of a really good player. Like where last year he would have these lulls in the quarter, and I feel like he would get down on himself. He'd start getting passive, passing the ball off too soon, not taking contested shots. Like this tonight was indicative of how he's played all season. My man is a little bit fearless this year.
Yeah, and the part of that is he knows his role now, and he knows he's gonna be here. He's not dealing with the trade rumors. Fucking please trade Tyler for Eric Gordon and all this other dumb shit people were saying. Not you, Alf, but these other people.
No, you
And so,
find the evidence.
No. You never wanted to trade him, man. You was on
I
him
never
the whole
said
time.
nothing
I got
bad
you.
about Tyler.
I got you. But yeah, nah. So that was something I was looking for because he was in the first quarter. He was reverting back to his old ways. He wasn't taking care of the ball. He wasn't shooting well. So I needed to see him turn it around, and he did. And so great job by him. But again, shout out to Udonis Haslem. Shout out to I Crave. Shout out to African Square Park. Shout out to the Beans. Fuck gentrification.
Shout out the Beans. Oh, shit.
Listen. Kenny going all the way back. He's not gonna get this many opportunities for UD to come in and like not garbage time. Just they were like they looked at the bench, they looked at Casey, they looked at Yurt, they were like, "Yo, get your old ass up here," because PJ out here fouling for no goddamn reason. Siobhan, so many guys. You brought up Caleb Martin earlier. Gabe Vincent. Listen, I was talking shit about Gabe Vincent in that first quarter, but this is like the third game in a row where Gabe's defense was impactful. He's making he's making some shots right now. I don't know, is a game against the Pelicans something that's going to get his confidence up? Because like they could really use a guy like Gabe Vincent off the bench, especially if Kyle is going to miss. I mean, we know Kyle's going to miss time. So, I mean, is tonight a jumping off point for Gabe? I keep about to say Caleb.
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 Yeah, I think his defense is in my opinion, I think it's always impactful. I think tonight, his maybe like his steals and it maybe was a bit more evident, a bit more visible tonight. But yeah, if he can knock down some of these looks that he's getting at a more consistent rate than he had been, I think tonight he was either like 2 for 5 or 3 for 7 or something. Like he was hitting shots and maybe not a game against the Pelicans being what does it, but just seeing it happen, seeing it go down. Hit one last game, got a steal, came down, hit the resulting 3, and so like maybe he's getting some confidence, returning to his shot. I'm feeling a bit more confident out there, and like you said, that would be very helpful for this team. Like Gabe was part of that bench unit tonight where no one had it in the first half but Jimmy, but then Jimmy didn't have to like save them the whole rest of the game. Tyler came, Gabe came, Caleb came, and like that collective Deadman, that collective unit, like
they all came together.
Closed the game, brought it together. Yeah, they came together. So it was really nice to see. I hope this is something that lasts for Gabe.
He came back in the game with the double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, which we bemoaned that shit a lot last year. That he would leave the game with a 13-point lead, come back with a 3-point lead, and it's like, as Tiffany says, I would never say this on my own. I'm quoting Tiffany Meeks. He came out here like Captain Save-A-Ho, Parrish. And, he was out here, just saving them. And then a lot of nights he couldn't do it. And that's why last year was such a frustrating grind to watch. Parrish, we have not had you on Hangover Time. I think this is your first
It's my first
year.
appearance. And it's a win, baby. It's a win.
Yeah, we might have to have you on more often. So just overall, your view of this season, like outside looking in, because they hear from us every night. Like, what have your overall just impression of the Heat this year?
Of the whole season, I'll tell you, like this game really, for me, it kind of sums up what the season's been. Like the Heat have really just grinded out. They're just like a grinded out team now. Like the confidence has kind of always been there. Like it's more with players like Herro now, and even Max Struss. He's taking confident shots now, make or miss. He feels good about them. But just like tonight, we're down 14 points. The third quarter starts. I get up to go get a drink, and I'm like, oh, shit, we're up 10 now. Like, what happened? Like, so they really just stringing together just good possessions, and they're just a real confident team playing well. I think a lot of that's just Kyle Lowry is rubbing off on other players, and I just think it's synonymous to the whole season. Really,
well, I want to say
one quick thing. It's really important that. The Heat have been beaten up on good teams, which is great, but really the best teams should beat the bad teams, and we did beat a bad team tonight. And it's funny.
I'm sorry, Brett.
And on top of that,
you ain't been to my house.
We have to point out that the Knicks lost to the Orlando Magic tonight.
Magic
104 to 98.
And the Wizards lost, which is it's too early to. It's too early to start looking at standings and shit. But a Wizards loss. You got 2 games coming up against the Wizards. You have a good shot. If you win both of those games, you can see yourself in first, second, third place. by the time the weekend's over. Joey,
Yeah,
there's a player I want you to discuss. I want you to talk about.
please.
Herb?
Not Herb.
More Herb info?
No more Herb.
It could be herb. Could be like one of the spices. I don't know. Could be herb. I don't know.
KZ Okpala.
Yeah,
Like what in God's name was that?
I'm telling you this, not like I know him, but I believe that he does not know, the game of basketball. Like, but the way he looks, like I said about Gabe and Max Strus last year, he looks like a perfect like NBA mannequin that was like, like you could show off the jerseys and they're like in front of the stadium. That would look awesome. But him as a basketball player, man, I just don't know. And I honestly think one thing that's being overlooked is that this game, Max Strus was the third leading scorer on the Heat. So Strus Willis, with 15. I mean, we don't talk about him enough. We should talk about him the whole time.
We should also talk about the sub count. If we get up to what is it 600 subs?
600.
Gianni will buy and wear a Max Strus jersey.
And get the haircut.
We don't know what size jersey.
In just the jersey, right? He's just gonna wear the jersey.
Devon through the haircut.
No
thing
bottom.
in there.
I mean, that was your little addition,
No
there,
bottoms.
not mine.
No
Winnie
bottoms.
the Pooh.
The haircut is part of it. I need to throw that in, Parrish.
Yeah. Yes, and I think he said if we get like 700, I think he'll do the hair too. So
You should get the whole outfit, the shorts. We should do a whole shoot.
The whole thing.
yeah, we should light the
A
ball. on
Wilson
fire
ball,
like
no Spalding.
Right.
No, yeah, Castaway.
So like I said, the player of the game for me was Udonis Haslem, and we have one of the greatest sequences of regular season basketball of all time. You got that, Brass?
that. Sure do.
Let's break this down a little bit, or just watch it and just revel in the goodness.
Let's watch it.
Everyone, shut the fuck
Podcast
up.
Content.
Look at UD right here.
Good on this play.
I mean,
that
come
was-
on.
yeah.
You saw how high he got on that layup?
Yeah.
I saw that shit, right?
He hit the bottom of the box for sure.
That's way higher than Jokic has gotten all season.
I said shut the fuck up.
I would love to see him with one of those draft combine things and just see how high he could jump.
Is this the block? This the
Yeah,
block.
look at this.
Wow.
Get
Yeah.
your shit the fuck out of here.
Damn.
They
And
should,
then he ran.
Shout out
And then
to
he ran
Sean
the
Patrick.
court
Finish
too.
this off here.
You saw
He
him
ran
running
the
back?
court too. He was
You
like,
saw
man,
that, Parrish?
that's all
He
ice
makes
tub.
it fun.
He's winded.
I
Look at
can't
him.
wait to get to this ice tub tonight.
Oh,
UD
man.
raised
That
his
was,
hands like I've done my job. Put
that
me
was some
on the
good ass
bench.
play-by-play, Alf.
You
Really
like
killed
that?
that. You really killed that.
First, I told everyone to shut the fuck up and started talking.
That is what happened.
That's the.
I remember that. I remember that.
You saw that?
That hurt.
Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna keep talking. But yeah, man, like it does make me a little sad that we are having to go to UD because KZ and Yurt have been such like people don't want to hear me about Yurt, but he's been a fucking abomination every time he's touched a court against NBA players. Like you can put him in like there's a Yurt victory cigar like at the end of the game where nobody else is playing, but like when you put him in during real NBA minutes, he looked terrible. KZ Okpala's had some couple little bright spots, but goddamn, he don't look like an NBA player. Like y'all, if UD is taking KZ's minutes, like what are we doing here?
Yeah, that's not a good look.
Hey,
Well, you
I
know,
love it. Oh, there you go.
none of this would be an issue if Markieff Morris wasn't still suffering from whiplash.
Yeah. I didn't even know he
Can
played
we-
the drums.
That's true.
Well, can we talk about the fact that this motherfuckers missed like 2 weeks of an NBA season?
Yeah.
And Jokic sat out one game. Listen, I'm not going because I don't want the Denver Nuggets fans coming at my head again.
You had a hell of a next day.
Nah, fuck them.
Fuck it. They're all talking.
Yeah.
A bunch of fucking unemployed hikers just in my mentions.
Snowbirds and all these other motherfuckers in Denver, come at my head. I don't care. You done played
Let him know.
well.
Let him know.
I'm
Let
on
him
my
know.
shit now.
Go,
And
Kenny.
Brad shout out the subs earlier, so I'm gonna shout out the sub too. Shout out to Brown sub.
Brown
Lemon
sub.
pepper is on Uber Eats. Do not go there. Don't
Fuck
wait
you,
there.
Mile High City. Fuck you.
Yeah, actually no. If you're from Denver, go to Lemon Pepper. Stand outside. Wait there. And shout out to the girl I went to high school with who works there. I do not remember your name, but shout out to you. Take me out, Brad.
Take me out.
I'm just enjoying Kenny just shouting out like random fucking Miami spots.
He shouted out the pork and beans. Like,
Yeah, he did. He did. Another quote unquote bench. First of all, shout out to the Miami Heat bench for outscoring the New Orleans bench, where their two best bench players were starting, right? And then PJ Tucker with them bullshit fouls. I'm not even gonna get started on the refs tonight, but PJ Tucker's out with the bullshit fouls. So their bench was basically nobody, and they outscored the Pelicans bench. But one of their best bench players tonight started in place of Bam Adebayo. So we're going to give it to you, your favorite segment. Here's Mr. Deadman's Garage.
My favorite, though, that old black man that work on everybody's car in the black neighborhood. You know, you need a little carburetor fix or something, you go to him, he be talking to you whole time with his just hanging off his lip. What you got there now? What you got a Plymouth? Yeah, bring that back around here about 4 o'clock. There ain't no goddamn problem. I put a carburetor on there for you. I used to work out the plant 15 goddamn years. I put a carburetor on there for you. Nigga, just bring me back a pair. Boy, you know what, boy? You look like your goddamn daddy. You don't look like you leave.
Someone said Kenny looks like Bowfinger, and I've lost it. I'm useless. I'm useless for the next 28 seconds. I love
You're
Kenny,
getting
man.
cooked, man, for no reason.
You do be getting cooked.
Oh my God! Someone said you look like Norbit, which I think.
Hey, Rich.
Oh, I love you, Kenny. Oh my God! I'm just glad they ain't cooking my fucking hairline tonight. Shit.
Why?
Yeah, these people still got a hairline, man.
I was supposed to go to the fucking barber, but he said he closed for Thanksgiving, so I gotta pace my shit. Go ahead,
We
Brad.
closed on Thanksgiving a week and a half ahead.
In the week early, I'm like,
No, I'm not gonna go tomorrow and again. You know, I gotta pace my shit out. Ain't nobody got that kind of money. Anyway, here go Deadman.
why don't you just go Friday, bro?
No, he closed on Friday. Oh, Mr. Deadman, motherfucker. You guys.
Deadman could
Guys
cut
had
your
me
hair.
off. But anyway, so yeah, Deadman hit the sky hook on him.
You're right, Brass. This is solid commentary. Solid.
So good.
Y'all had me off with the. Listen, that was not even that good of a play. But I just want to play the intro. That's my only excuse.
Well,
for
there was
showing.
a play. There was a play people wanted us to clip.
Yes.
And I tried clipping it, and the fucking Bally app just glitched. Like, it's unusable.
Surprise! That
So
shitty.
I
ass
tried,
Bally
and I
app.
even switched to the New Orleans feed, but then it wasn't as cool. It didn't have like the demo reaction. They like showed Valachunas on the ground, and fuck that guy. Who cares?
Yeah,
So-
like I wanted the Deadman because
Yeah.
he forced Valanciunas out of bounds. Then he flexed on his ass. Like that's what I wanted to play. But listen, we want to play
tried.
the intro because the people love the intro. But yes, that was an inconsequential skyhook from like the second quarter. Sorry, I'd rather talk about my need for a haircut. But we do have some good. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Joey.
I was just gonna say I was watching the game with my little sister, and there was a close up on Dwayne Deadman, and the first thing out of her mouth was, "Oh my God, how old is he?" And, like, you don't watch basketball like that, but that was her first question.
That was
I told her.
your little sister or someone else's little sister?
It was
Oh.
yeah.
Wow.
It was
Whoa.
it was a little sister, and
It was a little.
no, and you know I told her I was like, yeah, he's 47. That was just my
Sorry,
we had,
Joey.
we had to take it there, and that's fine.
Poor Joey. But we have good analysis. It's time for Bond's breakdown.
Oh, hold up. Let me break it down.
so it can forever and consistently be broke.
Oh shit.
Pokey
They were
Stick says
getting down.
UD and the Golden Oldies return on the same night. Coincidence? I don't know.
I think not.
I don't think so.
Negative.
I got kind of a random hodgepodge of things. Games like that, like I don't have like a solid theme built around what I'm looking at. It was just whatever kind of caught my eye. So they must be. They really might be. Short is getting bigger every intro. We're supposed to work on that.
You're supposed to give me a new picture.
Joey Mike.
So yeah, few offense, 3 offense, and a defense. Go ahead. The first one, I just like the motion. They got Duncan cleared out. Pause. So they got Duncan cycled through. Tyler came back through. Deadman is diving. So now Jimmy's gonna kick it to Duncan here. Go ahead. His person flies to Duncan, and so he just does this little bend around, gets it back, relocates after the kick to him, knowing that he'd be open and was. And yeah, I just like it is too much. I just like the motion, the action, getting things happening on both sides of the floor, and reading how defenses are reacting. You go to the next one.
Jimmy's been killing that shot, man. Like that off the glass little runner right outside the paint. He has been killing that shit.
Yep, his body control is fantastic.
He was missing a couple and it was getting super frustrating.
Yeah, it was like, no, we need those, Jimmy. Like, ain't no Kyle, ain't no Bam. We need those.
Something that's a little strange to me. I sometimes don't really like where it is that Duncan cuts to. So go ahead. So I think Gabe sets the screen. Pause. So Gabe sets the screen and Duncan like continues his cut through the lane. We were doing this a lot in one of the prior games where we get some like action on the block and then cut like right next to it. If you get started over Brass, I would have much rather like Duncan take this screen and curl himself back out to that right wing that's going to end up being open. Don't make it right wing, Joe. Curls right here, pop back to the wing.
I was about to make a Duncan right wing joke.
I felt it coming, but he doesn't, and then he like keeps going and like relocates to the other corner. KZ is in that corner. It's really clunky. KZ misses the 3.
No, so the whole problem with that play was KZ.
Probably.
Like what the fuck is KZ doing over there in the corner? Stop taking 3s. You're open for a reason. Anyway,
go
sorry.
to the next one. So
Jackass.
Looking at this zone a bit, pause from the right here. So right now it's already a bit unbalanced. They have a 3-guard front. We have our 2 guards trying to like figure out who they want to match up with. Right now, Max isn't guarding anyone, like I said, because it's unbalanced. And it's going to like throw it off a bit even more. Go ahead. So pause. So now here they have like a completely overloaded right side. Jimmy has to come out to this wing and have to get back to the corner. Go ahead. Nikhil misses this one, but he wasn't missing a bunch. Like he wasn't missing a lot. And then last one, again, just props to Tyler. Pause. Props to Tyler, his decision making, his body control, just what he's looking at the game now. Go ahead. Holds it a little bit, and then pause. And then Jimmy's gonna post up, and he's going to like look off and look at Jimmy as if that's where it's going. Kick it straight to the Deadman, and then curl around him for this mid-range shot. Go ahead. He just hit a shot in that same spot. I think of the play before, and just the fake out going to Jimmy, gets himself some space and gets a good look. He can take me out. I like I said earlier, I really like how Jimmy had to like hold it down in the beginning, but everyone else came together and gave him some relief at the end.
Nice.
Bond, those were excellent breakdowns, but the whole time you were just roasting my hairline.
Hey, the chat on some shit tonight, man.
Well, we also
and the
have
funny
some
thing is
subs tonight. No, go ahead.
The funny thing is people think that they're like, oh, Alf didn't want to get these jokes. I'm the one posting the jokes. Like, Brass is like worried about rewinding, highlights and shit. I'm over here like hairline joke. Anyway, I love y'all. I love the chat.
We do have a couple
But
subs tonight.
Let's go back to roasting Kenny and his glasses, please.
Vane Hype gifted 2 tier 1 subs tonight. He gifted a tier 1 sub to Bing Bong. So shout out to the Knicks on that. And gifted a tier 1 sub to John Crotty.
Oh.
So Vane Hype always with the specialized
It's a sub situation.
subs there. Yes. We love you, Vane
But
Hype.
we have a John Crotty in the chat.
I saw that.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, we
Wait
have
a
him.
minute.
If he's
Yeah.
there, and oh,
Hey, this is my
Airline
first show. I know y'all
situation.
probably talked about this already, but do y'all like the new name of the arena? Like, I'm really not fond of this FTX.
Oh,
Yeah.
here
I
we
used to
go.
Oh, man.
Did y'all talk about it again? Am I
Nope.
bringing up?
No, we haven't
another
talked about it because I
No.
refuse to talk about naming rights on arenas because y'all are ridiculous with this shit. I can go on a rant right now. Brass, give me some fucking music because we do this thing with fucking naming rights on arenas. Like, you guys are like, what about the historic Staples Center, the American Airlines Arena? These are fucking corporations that paid for naming rights. The second they run out of money to pay for naming rights, another corporation is gonna sweep in and fucking pay for more naming rights.
You're welcome, everybody.
We have to fucking stop fucking gatekeeping arena names. Wrigley Field is named after fucking chewing gum.
shout out.
Okay? Like, stop it. Like, Pro Player Stadium, that was a brand. Like, just get the fuck off of this shit. Like, oh, I'll call it AAA forever because that's what you're used to. That doesn't mean it wasn't a money grab by American Airlines. It is not like a representation of patriotic airplanes. It's a fucking corporation. There's an American Airlines Arena and American Airlines Center. That's how much they fucking care about you. Stop with the fucking caring about arena names. And also, stop with the jersey shit. And I fucking hate this jersey. Blah, blah, blah. This and that. Those fucking mashup jerseys you guys called ransom notes are like the best-selling shit ever. Like, stop it. We get so fucking mad and outraged about the dumbest shit. Like, get the fuck over it. Take me out, Brass. Fucking Staples. Like, y'all niggas is mad about Staples.
I feel like
It's
people
a
know that
fucking, it's
actually
a office supply store. It's historic. No, it isn't. It's so historic, they going out of business because of fucking Amazon. If it was the Office Depot Center, y'all be saying the same goddamn thing. There's not a guy named Staples that saved a fucking orphan in the Forum when it was burning down. It is not an important name.
Jonathan Staples was the good guy. I just wanted to say.
Fucking
Siobhan, do you have a
Staples
rebuttal?
out here.
Siobhan?
I just
What
don't
is
like
that?
the way FTX
Do you have a
rolls
rebuttal
off
to
the
that?
tongue, man.
I know, yeah, I don't. I understand that it's corporations. I just don't like the fact that it's all these crypto companies. But that's just my personal thing. I don't care.
Yeah.
I get
But
that it's.
why that it's a crypto company? See, I don't get that part.
I
just
feel
don't like the
like
way it
I get it.
sounds.
It's
It just
just my
sounds. I just think they
personal
could. The crypto company could have still owned it, but they just come up with a better name. It's FTX. Don't really roll off the
Crypto.com.
tongue.
That's the name of their
It's the dot-
crypto. It's like you
it's the
say
dot
Staples,
com.
come up with a better name for your company
dot com.
to name an
It's the
arena
dot
for it.
com.
It is
It's the
I-
wildest, dumbest shit I ever heard.
I really don't give a shit.
sponsorship.
It is the .com
It's the
that's just gonna make it kind
crypto.com
of
arena.
It's just weird.
Dated.
it's just
dated.
clunky
So,
more than
but-
anything.
It is
So,
clunky.
Y'all wild. Like,
But
honestly,
I don't care.
When
My thing-
it used to be the
Fuck the LA. Fuck the fucking Lakers.
when it used to be the.
I don't give a shit.
remember when Joe Robbie changed from Joe Robbie
Yeah.
to some other shit, and I told my dad, "Oh my god, I can't believe they changed Joe Robbie Stadium." He's like, "Who the fuck is Joe Robbie?" And I was like, "Nigga, I don't know. I don't even know who Joe Robbie is." Like I cared about the fact they changed the name of Joe Robbie Stadium. I don't even know who Joe Robbie is.
You should
Like,
have called
it's
it.
We know
wild.
who Staples is.
Should have called it John
it's
Crotty
a store
Stadium.
that's going out of business.
And so
I get it.
my thing about that is, and I love seeing Laker fans unhappy, so I haven't said much, but the thing about Staples Center being historic is like they moved there in 2000. That's after Magic Johnson. That's after all these other people. So like the arena itself, yeah, fine. They won a few championships there. That's great. But let's stop. And also, like, Orange Bowl doesn't exist anymore.
That's been gone.
Yeah, it's been gone. So like, if we're not crying over that anymore, and hasn't been good since it still existed. So I mean, Whatever. That stuff doesn't
There's
matter.
something called, I don't know if it's still called that, but there was something called the Sleep Train Arena.
The team we played against tonight plays in the Smoothie
Bill
King Center.
Cosby's.
We do play in this
The Smoothie King Center.
The sleep apnea center.
Yeah.
I think Dr. Dolphin is right. The FTX Arena is better than .com Arena. I will fully agree with the FTX Arena. Rolls off the tongue so much better than crypto.
But people were mad when it was
Arena.
FTX. Like, people were mad at that.
No, I know, and
feeling-
it's silly.
Yeah.
But
In 5 years, people will just call it FTX, and it'll just be part of the vernacular. That's it. You know.
That's the same thing. And
it's
I
just
forgot
weird that
all
we
about
still
the
have a
Mechanism
fucking
Arena.
plane on top of the arena.
I like that.
That's
So are you
strange.
so in 5 years is it I'm going to the crypto? Does that work the same way?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my god,
they'll
that
call
shit
the crypto,
sounds dope
yeah.
as fuck.
The crypto?
And then
This
Bloods are
Jones
gonna
City
call
goes
the
to the Crypto
Crypto.
in LA. That's a whole different
Tales from the
thing.
Crypt. What is this?
The Bloods are gonna say we're going to the Brypto.bomb. And that shit, how dope is that
Yeah.
gonna be? The Bloods are gonna call it the Brypto.
Take us
The
out.
Crips are gonna call it the Crypto.
Logistically, it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, yeah.
The crypto.bomb.
You know the Bloods are gonna call it the Brypto.
There's the
They're not
blood
gonna say the
bias.
crypto.
Yeah, there's the blood bias.
But how
Yeah.
dope is that? I'm going to the crypto bit. Like that's a dope thing.
Crypto.bomb.
I'm
Yeah.
going to the Staples.
Just
I'm
the
going
amount of
to the-
sales they're gonna
Staples
get.
is some
Staples,
nerdy
Staples,
shit.
it's just Staples.
I'm going to the extra lead for the lead pencil. Like what the fuck is that? Like it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I think it's lame that because LeBron had his fingers all over this shit. Like, he always follows us. Like we do shit, and then he follows our lead. Like we name our arena after a cryptocurrency. He's like, you know what? I don't know. I'll just name it after all of them. Just crypto.com. All of them. I don't really care.
But like people are like, oh, don't name it crypto.com. But like if they called it the crypto, if it was just crypto arena, there's a bunch of cryptocurrencies. Like you have to call it crypto.com
I know.
because they're the ones who paid for it. Like I just don't like
Still gross.
it's like the patches on the jerseys that everyone got mad about that nobody talks about anymore. Like nobody
I
says anything
forgot all
about
about
the
that.
Thank you.
About that.
Everyone was so fucking mad. I can't believe they're putting it. The
I bring
only
it up.
patch on the jersey that bothers anybody is that one on OKC shit. Because that is an abomination.
Which one is what is
It's a
that?
lot.
That Love's gas
Oh,
station
yeah,
shit
that
they
was
got
love,
on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
wow.
But OKC's jersey's been trash since they
Like
went
a
to
NASCAR
OKC, though, so
thing.
they deserve whatever pile on they did.
Well, yes. Well, that correct.
Did you know that if you order a jersey, you don't have the jersey selection, but if you order a jersey from Nike, there's no sponsored patch on it.
Well, honestly, they should,
Nike knows what they're doing.
do they sell jerseys with sponsored patches?
Nike
Yeah.
doesn't.
No.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, they
I
sell
think-
them at the store
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Really?
yeah.
Like if I go to if
Yeah.
I get a
Yeah.
because I get whenever I get my jerseys, I get them from China.
Nice.
You know, they'd be like $30, and they take like 3 weeks to get here.
China.
Now,
China.
Fez Butter does have a good point.
Oh,
It should have been called Flanagan's Fieldhouse.
fuck.
Yeah,
So good.
They really missed that one.
There was one in there, Pork and Beans Arena. I like that one.
nah, they should have named it that.
Yeah, that should have been it.
That should have been it.
But I get like people like, okay, I want a sponsor that has something to do with the area, but it's the highest bidder. That's it. Like when the Heat turned down Bang Brothers, like that was like one of the only times you'll see any kind of morality come into the situation. Like we are not letting a porn site name our arena, which they should have, because there's going to be an OnlyFans arena in Sacramento.
I didn't even know what it was
Now,
at.
see, that
So
makes
shout out to you, Al, for
OnlyFans,
knowing that.
OnlyFans.
Bang Brothers
Now, see,
tried
that
to buy
works.
they tried to sponsor
OnlyFans,
the
yeah.
arena. I didn't even know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. We got blackballed by the Heat because we got the Bang Brothers president on our podcast.
It has to be an arena with actually fans. Like you couldn't name the Barclays Center, couldn't rename it OnlyFans because there are no fans there.
Steps OnlyFans. Right.
Right.
That was
Brass, I believe we have a Gaga guy of the game.
We sure do.
Someone said we should call it the Sac Passe Arena, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, give the Haitians a fucking shout every now and again.
Chef Creole
Goddamn.
Arena. Fuck it.
Chef
Let's do
Creole Arena. What's Tabu Combo Arena? Top Vice Arena. Give us Bobby Express Arena. Chef Shower cover there.
Caleb
Yo,
Martin.
like Jimmy did not have these ups last year. Like I was completely expecting this to be a layup. Here we go. Grr. Like I just did not expect him to be able to complete that shit. Like it felt like he had go-go gadget arms on that motherfucker. And honestly, I'm telling you, man, Caleb opened my eyes this game. Like in the right role, he can do some things. Like they had Caleb on Brandon. Siobhan, they had Caleb on Ingram, and they wouldn't even pass Ingram the ball.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
active, feisty.
And I'm like, is that it? I think part of that is that the Pelicans are a bad team because they missed the roll man all night.
Yeah.
Like your bigs were Udonis Haslem and Caleb Martin at one point, and Jackson Hayes is rolling to the basket, and you're kicking out to Santaranti, Santorini, whatever that motherfucker's name is.
Jackson Tays.
Herbert? Herbert?
Joey, you didn't even like that one.
No.
All right.
But they missed the roll man all night. Like, but I will say that Caleb held his own.
Yeah. I like what he gives. He was one of the only people that could get downhill. He's athletic enough and quick enough to put some pressure at the rim. And so that and the other things he has, I like him.
Oh, did you guys hear the E-Read slander tonight?
Sure did.
Was Blake Griffin playing?
Let's play. let's
You
play.
would have thought.
Saturansky for three. That man is colder than the air conditioning at FTX Arena tonight. It's cold in the building.
Hold
Who's
on.
writing
You
for
gotta
him?
You got to hear the end. Give it to me one more time.
Saturansky for three. That man is colder than the air conditioning at FTX Arena tonight. And it's cold in the building.
Just to make sure.
He had to make sure.
Yeah.
In case you were wondering.
Don't think we had room temperature in this bitch.
He asked
Very
Crotty.
cold in here.
He asked Crotty. He was like, "You're not cold." Crotty didn't say shit. He was like, "I mean,
Bro.
I got a jacket on."
He's wearing his Uggs.
Crotty don't shut up all game. The second that E-Reed needed somebody to bail him out,
Nothing.
this motherfucker just sat the worst teammate ever.
Yeah.
Shitty teammate situation.
Oh man, fuck.
Like he was like E-Reed was like, "It's cold, right?" And like all he did was giggle, and then E-Reed was like, "The giggle is all I needed." I'm like, "Yo, if you just told if you told the world a grown man just giggled in response, like
John Crotty looks like he giggles. I mean, let's be real. He's a giggler.
no, he's a
Crotty.
Legal
chuckler.
situation.
Yeah, he's a chuckler.
He chuckles. There's no giggles there.
Yeah.
That's how he goes.
That's a chuckle.
Yeah.
That's a chuckle a white
That's
man
a
does.
creepy individual, man.
That's a chuckle a white man does right before he calls the police.
Yeah.
All right, pal. You'll be singing a different tune when the police get here.
That breath, you're right. That breath is it.
Ugh.
Imagine that in your ear. Oof. No, thank you.